Hi guys, so I have a surprise for you. I now have a microphone. Yeah, I'm listening to your comments and now I'm trying to get better on this. Anyway, so today we will discuss what happened last Friday during Fruitas IPO. And this is regarding, my first video when I mentioned about the timing of the IPO. So it's just an assumption that we can do. It's not really 100% correct. Of course, we cannot tell that unless we can read everybody's mind, like Professor X. I really hope we're friends. I would be very rich right now. But anyway, so yeah, we'll show that in the chart right now. Today we will analyze what happened during the first day of trading of Frutas. So during the morning closing, it actually increased by 42.86% or 2.4 peso. But as it closes, it was just up by 1.79%, around 1.71 pesos per share. Again, we cannot really predict what's gonna happen or what's in the mind of the people, but this is just like, storytelling. And if you watch my previous video, I mentioned there with regards to the timing of Frutas IPO. So what happened is that it's the end of the month. It started trading on the 29th, right? Yes, today is 29th of November, which is exactly just the closing of the week, Friday, and closing of the month. And usually for portfolio managers, they wanted to close with a positive portfolio, and because, for reporting purposes, it's very likely that they just make a gain for today, and so the rally didn't happen as much as we expected. And with regards to investor confidence, because it's all about confidence of the investors, whether they want to hold the stocks or they want to sell. And because it's end of the month, normally investors again would like to close on a strong portfolio. And because it's November and start of December is coming, and usually it's the time of the year when everyone is spending. So most of the investors doesn't want to have a loss. So this is what you call a nginig factor. So any small move in the market would trigger them, basically. So we'll explain that here in the chart. As you can see, this is the the prices change, and this is the volume. So it started with a very high volume. So again, because it's an IPO and it's first day of trading, it's really hard to use any indicator, because basically, indicator is good when there's historical data. And because it's IPO, there's no historical data. So all you have is the day within the day trade, which is basically not very reliable, and it would be hard for you to actually just use it. And yeah, it might give you some indications, but it's not necessarily correct. And it's best for you to look at how the market really moved with regards to the volume, how many people really trusted the investment. As you can see, the highest volume is during the morning, the first trade here, right? This first tick. And this is, I think, per minute. We can change it to 5 minutes if you want. As you can see, there's more increase. It rallied up to this point in time. I cannot say what time is it here, but as you can see, the volume is just minimal. It's not too high. So there's very few people selling, at this point. It reached to a high of like 2.3. And then it's starting to go down. So these are some of the investors that already wanted to gain from it so they can have a good portfolio. And then as you can see, it just moved here. So here at this point, you can say that most of the investors are really betting on it. Like, they have a strong confidence. They don't want to sell. Like here, you can see very small movement. It shows that, no, I'm not going to sell. I think this is gonna go up, and we're supporting that. And then suddenly there's someone who, realized their gains already. And so some of the people try to enter, so they kind of see, oh my god, this is really good. As you can see, it's just traded very small volume. Nobody wants to sell. And then it closes here at 2.4 in the noontime. So if it's like 42%, right? 42% gain by noontime close. When it opened, a lot of investors already started realizing their gains. This is how it is, but it's just very minimal. So it shows like these are some of the traders, day traders, active traders. And then it rallied again a little bit higher than that. And then as you can see, this tick, this is a very big tick going down. The decrease of the price is huge, but the volume is really small as compared to, its decrease. And usually, if that happens, like if it's a strong volume low, it has a different indicator. And so I think what happened here is that they tried to sell until, the thing is, at this point nobody's selling. They don't want to sell because they think it's going to go high. So you have to create some panic here so that you can have this volume selling, because if there's no lows, there will be no selling. So what they did, they probably sell slowly so that it creates a little bit of panic from investors, and then they started selling, and then they went further selling because there's huge panic. But it is true. Like when you're trading, you definitely know that when it's going down, you realize that, oh my god, my gain from 40 is now 10%, 7%, 2%. So there's a lot of emotions happening here. And this is like a strong strategy for some of the huge buyers here. Well, but again, at the end of the day, it closed at 1.71, which is good. Yeah, the thing is, there's no significant volume selling at this point. It might be that, some investors just want to cut their losses, or they want to get gains, like fast gain, so that they can reflect that on their portfolio. The next day trade for Fruitas would be first day of the month, but it's still December, so it might be possible that people might enter again. Or at this point, it's start of the month, so they have more patience. They can wait a little longer because they have more confidence. They have more time to recover for the rest of the month. So that might be a good indicator for next day trading. I'm not sure. Again, I cannot read everybody's mind. Ayan, so I have a question. Nanginig ka ba? Ayan. Are you one of those investors na nagpanic, nagsell, from start na, I believe in this stock, it will go up, and then suddenly nag-red, and then you want to sell immediately. So, yun, that's what you call market confidence and market sentiment. So, yeah, you can only see what happens during, if you do IPO on November, na closing of the almost closing of the year, and your first day is closing of the month, wherein you always close your book and you want your books to be positive. And we'll see what happens tomorrow because it's first working day of the month, or first trading day of the month, and iba yung mindset ng investors. Yun lang, you shouldn't put too much emotions. If you're too emotional, you will really lose. So, kung nakita nyo paakyat, oh my god, I should buy it. Tapos bumili ka. Tapos biglang bumagsak. I'm not saying it's wrong. It could have rallied higher. You could have won. But it's IPO. You cannot really measure it properly. You cannot do anything much than just analyze what people are thinking. And yeah, this is a little bit expected, but hopefully by the second day, it becomes better. Fundamentally, there's no problem with Fruitas, definitely. It's the same thing that happened to Wilcon 2016 or 17. I have the same positioning for that. So guys, if you think that it's correct, if you think it's gonna rally tomorrow, then you can comment below and say rally. And if you think that you should go out and it wouldn't perform good tomorrow, then you should say out in the comment below. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for those who subscribed. And if you want more videos like this, please subscribe as well and hit the notification button. So I promise my friends that I will start doing the stocks for beginners. So for those who are advanced, you can still watch if you want to, but my channel is not just about stocks trading. It's about portfolio management, managing your whole investment portfolio from short term to medium term to long term goals or long term investment, because your goals should match your investment. So it's like that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you like it, please subscribe and have a great day. Happy investing.